How are we, Bears? Welcome back to Kickin' It live in the WARL.
Coming up, we look at ultimate frisbee, the Arnold, and the wrestling plus track bears.
Senior Jasker and Barang and junior Cassie D'Angelo compete in the Regional National History Day competition at Ohio Wesleyan University on Saturday.
Poetry Out Loud States competition is tonight at the King Arts Complex, and our very own Leah Rapucci will be competing at 6 p.m.
The deadline for the GAP German Exchange Program application and teacher recommendation forms has been extended to Friday, March 22nd.
Applications for the Junior Director Program with the ARPA Arlington Civic Association are open until April 1st.
This program is seeking a team of juniors who will help run and plan volunteer events throughout their senior year, like Christmas in the Park and the Golden Bear Scare. For more information, check out www.uaca.org.
Piper and I took a look at this year's SWOL convention. Since 1989, the Arnold Classic has been held at the Greater Columbus Convention Center. The event was named after its first ever bodybuilding champion, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The Arnold, thought it was kind of neat. A lot of muscly guys there and a lot of cheerleaders for some reason.
The reason why there were cheerleaders there is because the festival has over 16 different competing sports besides weightlifting and bodybuilding going on. Keep up the good work, Bears. This has been Macy Spielman and Piper Karate reporting for the WARL.
You know what Arnold says in Terminator 3? I like this car.
Speaking of cars, you might be wondering about parking following spring break.
Lily's outside in the senior lawn to talk about parking.
Good morning, Bears. This is Lily coming to you live from the senior parking lot. Earlier this week, I did the walk from the Macy's parking lot to the senior doors. It took 11 minutes, and you can check out that video on our Twitter at @live_UN. Additional parking can be found on the Ridgeview side of Northam Park, and all of these spots behind me will be gone following spring break due to construction, and only one side of sidewalks will be open on Brandon and Mount Holyoke Road. If you are planning on parking on Northwest Boulevard, just be mindful of the 4 p.m. parking restrictions. And now to Griffin with special reports.
Thanks, Lily. Here's a look at where students can park for school after spring break. Officer Rice also had these reminders. 1, cars must be at least 5 feet away from a driveway opening. 2, don't park in front of a fire hydrant. 3, do not litter or throw trash on the streets. And 4, there has to be at least 2 feet between your car and the cars in front and behind you. Now into ultimate frisbee. It might not be the most popular sport, but the student athletes put hard work and dedication into each practice. I caught up with Christian Brunn about their struggle for practice space and the teams coming up and the season coming up as a whole.
Yeah, well, this year's looking pretty good so far. I mean, we don't really have any
interview.
Shut up! We don't really have any girls yet, but we just had a practice. It went pretty well. Sometimes we have the lacrosse boys take the field, so we have to practice in the Jones cafeteria. You know, we're just out here grinding every day.
Although Ultimate Frisbee is not technically a school-affiliated sports team, they hope high schoolers come to their game and support during their first match, March 26th. And now to sports with 8.
Welcome to sports, gang. Last week, Mitch Herron, Jesse Bowers, Daniel Beam, and Mason McHugh made it to states for wrestling, plus both alternates, David Soho-Mignon and Jake Thomas. This is the first time in school history that both alternates made it into the tournament. The state tournament began last night where Mitch Herron advanced. He competes today at 11 a.m. The boys lacrosse team will be leaving early morning on Monday and traveling to IMG to play their prep team. Girls lacrosse travels to Chicago after spring break. Boys basketball went up against Reynoldsburg on Wednesday night in the district semis and lost to the Raiders, finishing the season with a record of 17-6, and tying with Davidson for second in the OCC. Our girl ballers also lost to Reynoldsburg on Sunday in the district finals game, but they did go further than Kaufman. The team ended their season with a record of 19-7. Track practice started on Monday, and if you were here any day after school, you probably heard all the commotion in the LC. Piper and I interviewed Captain Max Sherwanka in anticipation for what the season will bring. At around 4:15 p.m., the track team has been practicing in the second floor LC the past week because of the unspring-like weather. However, on Wednesday, some athletes were able to run outside. We spoke with Max Sherwanka to see what his goals for the season are.
I'm a 110-meter hurdler, and my goals for the season are to qualify for regionals this year. The team's goals for the season should probably be to win in OCCs and get as many people as we can to the state meet.
Their first meet is March 26th on a Tuesday at 5 p.m. in Worthington, Kilbourne. This has been your boy, PB Checks, from the WARL. The future is bright for our track bears this year. Dog and Athlete of the Week goes out to Nick Hankia as he continues to grind in the weight room, getting better one day at a time. Now we threw ball it right over to John and Sam and Lifestyle.
Cowabunga! Welcome back to the couch.
It is March 8th, and you know what that means, Bears. Happy National Tartar Sauce Day.
Techspot.com says that video games were legally recognized by the U.S. as an art form in 2011. Senior artist Tommy DeBlasi is the creator of a Twitch TV account which has amassed a considerable following from fellow students in UA.
John and I spoke with Tommy about his video game streaming endeavors.
He has a lot more pieces than I do. Yes! Woo!
Upper Arlington student Tommy DeBlasi is an avid video game fan and streams his games on a platform called Twitch TV. His video game streams amass a following from UA students, so I sat down with Tommy to talk about the future of his account.
I play Super Smash Bros. And I speedrun Super Mario Sunshine. And also, I've been playing some Tetris Battle Royale lately, and I've been getting a lot better at that. Haven't streamed it yet, but stay tuned for that. I just stream myself playing the game, talk with the chat. I hosted one tournament. I've been wanting to, but I've been a little busy lately. I'm working on breaking into the top 500 for my speedrunning, and I also just want to get better at Smash Bros, but also host some more tournaments for my community.
This has been John Deschler reporting for the WARL.
You can follow Tommy on Twitch at Tom_dollars and on Twitter at TomDollars69.
What kind of video games do you enjoy? Vote on our Twitter poll at live_UA.
Video games are fun and all, but what about settling in to read a good book?
March Book Madness Round 1 of voting closed Wednesday. Stay weary on Schoology for the next round thanks to Mastermind Mrs. Deal.
Seniors, start thinking about your special talents that you'd like to showcase at graduation.
Auditions will be held mid-April. See Miss Scott if you're interested.
Now let's flippy it back over to Maine.
Today's the last day to donate unused school supplies to Clayton Rogers Capstone Supply Drive for a school in rural Guatemala. Collection bins are located outside the attendance office.
Tomorrow's National Narcolepsy Awareness Day. Even though an estimated 1 in 20,000 people have it, it often goes undiagnosed for years or their entire life. To spread awareness, senior Rachel Bivens made a PSA about the disorder for her capstone.
Are you tired, or is it something else? Most people don't know they have narcolepsy. It is rare that narcoleptics will fall asleep in the middle of speaking like in the movies. One sign is falling asleep at random times, but that's not all it is. Here are some of the telltale signs that you may have narcolepsy: excessive daytime sleepiness, cataplexy or a sudden loss of muscle control brought on by strong emotion, sleep paralysis, hallucinations, and trouble staying asleep. If you are so tired that it's hard to do everyday tasks, don't sleep on it, call a doctor.
Don't forget that daylight savings happens Sunday. We're springing it forward so we lose an hour.
Hope you get some good rest this break. Hasta la vista, Bears. Go soak up some rays, and we'll see you in a fortnight.